Hey folks, we're going to spend just 1 minute looking at each one of these alleged 10 videos of the paranormal, and we're starting right now. Video number 10 on our list is footage from a security camera in a grocery store which shows a woman in Japan shopping for groceries. However, while looking at an item on the shelf, it seems almost as if something comes over her as her body begins to tense up. After falling to the ground, an onlooker attempts to help the woman, and another onlooker begins to record the strange activity. While onlookers try to help the woman, she lets out several loud screams. And during the last shriek, something unexpected happens. The woman makes a sound as if she's coughing something up, and items in the store even begin to move. Video number 8 on our list comes from a young man in Texas who began recording himself during the night because despite sleeping through each night, he repeatedly felt as if he got no sleep at all the next day. In the video, he seems to toss violently and even appears to possibly levitate at one point. On another night, he appears to sit up with a blank stare on his face while looking at the camera. On the final night, though, things become even spookier, as he sits up and begins to whisper speak in a foreign language before seemingly being thrown into the wall. Video number 9 in our top 10 list is of a man named Athero, where some believe the man's face itself literally changes shape throughout the exorcism. But not only that, the narrator of the original video reported that as the bishop prayed out loud for the demon to flee, Athero's face had spontaneously started rupturing.
As Bishop McKenna chants, Athero's skin seems to bubble. A deep crack has opened on his forehead.
It's not clear whether this footage is authentic, but spooky to say the least. Video number 7 in our top 10 list comes from the state of Georgia in the United States and was allegedly footage found by a new manager of security within a major hotel after receiving noise complaints from the night before. In the video, a woman seems to be experiencing pain and fatigue in an elevator, and the security footage seems to flicker when she does. But what comes next was unexpected, to say the least. As the woman gets out of the elevator and seemingly leaves her purse behind, she suddenly falls to the floor. Whether a hoax or legitimate, the footage is bone-chilling to say the least. Video number 6 in our top 10 list includes footage of a man admitted to a hospital in Brazil. The man was a gunshot victim and at first appeared to be in shock as hospital workers held what appeared to be a walker between themselves and the man, presumably to protect themselves. Up until this point, my natural inclination was the man was in shock. But the video takes a turn for the spooky, as at the end, the man says, making it unclear whether the man is in shock or something else is at play. Video number 5 in our list contains convenience store security cam footage of a man who seemingly becomes possessed while in the store. After behaving normally, the man seems to become inhabited, acting erratically and convulsing. Perhaps most spooky, though, after the man collapses on the floor, items from the shelf near him appear to fall to the ground on their own. Video number 4 on our top 10 list contains footage of a young girl apparently possessed in the year 1997. In the video, presumably as a ritual to cure the girl, a raw egg is broken in front of her after the egg was waved over her body. But the egg seems to be incredibly rotten as the contents are jet black. Suddenly the girl sits up and rapidly consumes the egg before collapsing back onto the bed. But moments later, the unthinkable happens. The girl appears to levitate after letting out a bizarre shriek. Some have said the video is a hoax and that the bed simply has a contraption running through the center of the bed to lift the girl. Whether it's a hoax or not is unclear given the blanket covers the girl. But coming up, we'll examine an alleged levitation video in which there is no blanket at all. Video number 3 in our top 10 list comes from a group of friends who recorded their experience with a Ouija board. Before long, the friends allegedly captured footage of the cursor moving across the table on its own after rapidly taking their hands off it.
I'm not using my hands, I swear. Like a holy.
The alleged spirit seems to attempt to communicate with the teens while one of the friends begins acting erratically.
That's still not funny after these. Hey.
The boys reported that they thought their friend had become temporarily possessed that night and suffered from depression following this alleged demonic encounter. Video number 2 in our top 10 list allegedly comes from the Kessler Parapsychology Lab at the University of Edinburgh, widely recognized as a highly prestigious university in the UK. In the video, a patient from Scotland who came to the lab after reporting that he experienced the paranormal himself appears to begin levitating from his bed in the footage. In the video, there are no blankets that might cover up a lift contraption, making this video appreciably harder to explain compared to other videos. Video number 1 in our top 10 list shows a woman named Maria who appears to be possessed as she froths at the mouth and calls the exorcist vile names. The footage appears old, possibly from the early 1990s or even 1980s, but what most piqued the interest of viewers on the original upload was the dialogue, as a lot of viewers commented that they were surprised by the alleged demon saying, quote, "I want men to turn into women and women into men."
Okay,